Hi guys. I definitely had a incident with the webcam. So if you're joining us again for this practice or watching this later, just know that it was a typical cat class with a bunch of silly stuff. Thank you so much for being here. I am incredibly grateful. We are going to just wait just a few moments to see if anybody joins us. If you're here, go ahead and grab your mat. Create a space for yourself that is inviting. So if you want to light some candles, if you want to play some music, smudge with some sage, just kind of clear this space. I clear this energy. Awesome. We got Amy here. She's our moderator. We're learning how to do this YouTube live stuff so we can offer classes more often. Kind of build this community and continue to offer as much support as possible. So again, thank you for being here. If you found your way to your space, you got some candles lit, or maybe the lights are dim, grab any props that you need for this practice this evening, and we'll begin to get settled in to ourselves. Sitting up nice and tall, reach out through the tip top of your head as you drop the shoulders back and down. Let the arms feel really heavy here. And begin to look around in your space. Just notice where you are, take in all the energy that's around you. Seeing all your space and how you kind of moved through your day and made it to this moment. Begin to ground down as we bring our palms to our knees. Sit up again a little taller. Close your eyes if that feels comfortable to you. Relax out and open through the chest. Take a deep breath in. Long, slow breath out. You're here. You have arrived. Take a moment to scan through the body. Notice where you're holding on to any tension. Where are those spaces landing? Take a cleansing breath in. Release that tension out. Exhale. Drop your chin to your chest. Lengthen out the back of the neck. Inhale. Exhale. Bring the crown of the head back up nice and tall. Eyes can stay closed. Relax out through the shoulders. Let the arms get a little heavier and begin to draw your awareness to how you feel mentally in this moment. And maybe there are things that are going to show up from earlier in your day, your week. And just honor those things that are showing up. There's not a good, a bad, a right, or a wrong. Just become aware of how you've been moving through, the last few moments, the last few days. And let any judgment for yourself begin to fall away and melt away. Take a cleansing breath in, fill up with as much air as possible, and let it out. Drop the chin to the chest, inhale. Exhale out of the mouth. Inhale the crown of the head back up nice and tall. Flip the palms up towards the sky. Eyes can again stay closed. Notice how you feel emotionally in this moment, or maybe how you have felt emotionally throughout the past day or days. Remind yourself that there are no wrong ways to feel, and that all of every single one of the emotions matter. Softening your breath. You're going to bring your palms to your heart space. Just rest the hands gently over the heart. And I want you to just take a deep breath into your hands. Feel that compression, that pressure there. Exhale out of the mouth. Just remind yourself in this moment that no matter how the last few days or weeks have been, that you are loved and that you are loved, no matter how you have moved through that time. All these things that the full moon brings up for us are just opportunities for us to see ourselves more clearly so that we can move through our lives easier, so that we can begin to heal and grow. Relax the palms back down to the knees. I offer you to set an intention for yourself for this practice this evening. It doesn't have to look like anything or sound like anything fancy. Maybe it's just a feeling, but take a moment to set that intention. And then holding on to that intention as we begin to move throughout this practice, gently begin to open the eyes into this space. And we'll start to move through some circles here, gently moving around one direction. The pelvis is going to start to ground down into the mat. You might feel the sit bones rock up and down. You can take this very gently or begin to get a little bit more deep into it. Doesn't, again, have to look like anything. How do you want to move? How are you being called to move in this moment? Take a deep breath. Notice where sensations are showing up in the body. And try your best not to label them good or bad, but more on a scale of 1 to 10. 10 being we need to go to the hospital, we are hurt. And 1 is you could probably fall asleep. It doesn't feel like anything. Throughout this practice this evening, I offer you to try to stay in that 5.5 to 6.5 range as far as that's the peak of where we go. And that will keep our nervous system out of that fight-flight response. Come back to center, pause for a moment, palms down to your knees. Notice where you feel the energy. I love to close my eyes. You definitely don't have to. That way I can really go inward and notice where the sensation is and what it feels like. Is it a chaotic sensation? Is it a smooth sensation? And there's not a right or a wrong. It just is. Let's come back to eyes open if you close them and shift your circles the other direction. Now, I don't know. Wait, there we go. I was going to say, I can't remember which direction I started in, but you may notice. And one side might feel completely different than the other. Become aware of that without judgment. Just become aware of it. What we're doing throughout this practice tonight is bringing in that fluidity, that full moon energy, going with the flow, letting things go that no longer serve us. That is the space we're in. So if you start to feel that, those cranks come up in the physical space, mental space, or emotional space, draw your awareness to it with compassion. Let's do about 3 more circles. Big breath in. Making your way to your last circle, and then find a still space again. Long, tall spine. Pause. Where do you feel the energy? How do you feel the energy? Drop your chin to your chest. Bringing the crown of the head back up nice and tall. We're going to make our way into a tabletop from here. So roll over the ankles or slide the ankles around to the side, and we'll start to stack our joints. Shoulders are right on top of the wrist, hips right on top of the knees, lengthen out through the spine. And picturing your spine as if it's a snake, start to slither side to side here. Instead of the typical cats and cows, let the tailbone follow. Notice where the resistance comes in. Is it in the physical body? Is it in the mental space? Is it our emotions? That might just show you where we're working this evening, and there's not a wrong answer. Come back to center. Tuck the toes, lift the knees about an inch off of the mat. Become really strong and stable in your core here. And then we'll drop the knees back down. Spinal balance is going to bring our right hand forward, left foot back. Lift up through your belly as you lift the left foot and the right hand. Find a long length behind the back of the neck here as opposed to looking forward. Super strong in your body. We're going to exhale, come over to the other side, spinal balance. Bring that right hand, left knee down. Left hand, right knee lifts. Lengthen out through the spine, not just the arm and the foot. Exhale it down. So we're working on this stability through our core here, moving like water with the arms and legs. Exhale down, building a strong foundation, but knowing that we can still go with the flow if something knocks us off balance. Come back through center. Right hand, left leg. Come on up. And switch. Move with that breath. Long through the neck here. Don't tense the jaw. And down. Last one. Exhale. Use that core. Lift and lengthen. Come back to a neutral space, child's pose. Bring the big toes together, knees apart, sitting the hips back towards the heels. Reach the fingertips out towards the top of the mat. Relax and rest your chest down. Heavy through the head here. Open out through the shoulders. Relax down through the hips. Let the arms be a little bit heavier as well. Soften your breath. And we'll come back up into our tabletop. Again, realigning through the shoulders, wrists, hips, and knees. And we'll find spinal balance, right hand forward, left foot back. As you exhale, your arm is going to come to the right, leg to the left for an awkward airplane. And go ahead and plant that foot to the side. I'm going to spin around so you have a better angle here. So right hip is right on top of that right knee. Left leg extends out to the side. Sweep your hands high for gate. Moving into a side body stretch here. Our right hand is going to come down. Left arm is going to lengthen out and over, pressing through the outer blade of that left foot. Drop through the neck. Don't really tense it up here. Let it lengthen out. Catch yourself thinking, what are my thoughts in this moment? Are they in alignment with my intention, or do I need to kindly bring myself back? Last inhale here, and as we exhale, slowly bring that top hand down, turn your left toes out, walk your hands to the center of you, left knee and toe is going to point in the same direction. Here we're in a little hip opener. If that's too deep, bring the hands back up here. You can always use yoga blocks as well. Relax your shoulders down, melt those hips a little deeper. Notice where you're holding tension in the body and where it keeps coming back into tense. Right? It might be the jaw, it might be the shoulders, the hands, the glutes. As you're ready, slowly come back into that tabletop. Take a little cat and cow here. Inhale, heart and eyes forward. Exhale, curl up and in. Drop the head heavy. Tuck your toes, find your way to that downward facing dog. Lift the hips up and back. Knees can be super bent here. Move like water. Inhale, roll forward, high plank or modified plank. Exhale back, downward facing dog. Through that turbo dog, bend the knees. Let's do it a few more times. Like a wave. Y'all know I like this one. Roll forward. Exhale, take it back. So it doesn't have to be a full plank, guys. You can always bring those knees down. If this is still too much on the shoulders, you can just take some cats and cows again from that tabletop. Let's do one more round. Inhale, roll forward. Take it back, downward facing dog. Next inhale is going to rise you high up on your tippy toes. Slowly walk up to the top of your mat, forward fold. Knees can be bent. Hands can be on blocks. Once you get there, let the knees be super bendy so that we're hinging at the hips, releasing through the low back. Drop the head heavy. Inhale, halfway lift and lengthen. Slide your shoulders back. Lift the core. Exhale, fold. Come on into a toe squat. High into the balls of the feet. Bend the knees nice. Slide the shoulders back and down. Sit nice and tall through the spine. Maybe the hands come all the way up to the knees here. Or the thighs. Hands or no hands, we're coming onto our bum. Slowly start to rock those hips back. Rock onto your back. Pull the knees into the chest. Give them a little squeeze here and then a couple of circles around one direction and then the other. Super gentle with the body, no forcing, right? We're in this full moon energy. So how do we want to create? We don't want to create a forceful life. Come back to center, squeeze. Hug onto that right knee, plant the left foot or extend the left leg long. Squeeze that right knee up and in, and then find some circles here. One direction, and then the other. One more round, right and left. Pull the right knee in, switch, left leg. Relax the neck and the jaw. Notice if you're bringing tension there. Soften it down. And circle out. And in. Ooh. Notice where you start to feel those places of resistance, or it might be places of higher sensation. I'm not burning my leg. Just become aware of where those places are. Come back to center, squeeze. Then bring the right knee in. We're going to start to get rid of a little bit of this fiery energy. So take this as deep as you like. So you can still stay here. Or begin to pull the shoulders up off the ground. Pull the belly down and in like we're in a bit of a canoe. And then switch. Make sure that this neck stays nice and neutral. And switch down through the belly. And switch down through the core. And switch. You can always relax down. Notice the story you start to tell yourself. You're like, she said I had to do it. You don't have to. Listen to your body. Your body might not have as much built up fire as mine does today. Boy, this Aries moon. We'll keep talking about that energy in a little bit. Drop through the shoulders. Notice what's showing up for you. It's okay if it's uncomfortable. Just notice what it is. Be compassionate to yourself in this moment. We're here to move energy. So how do you want to move this? How do you want to let this energy move? You got 2 more rounds of breath here. Last round. Both knees in. Relax that head back and down. Plant the feet hips distance apart. Take a moment to just relax your head by gently rolling the head side to side. Notice if you built up a lot of tension there in the face and the jaw. It's okay. Just notice, yeah. So what I could intuitively pull from that, if that's where we're holding it, it's that we tend to get this built up fire and we don't always know how to communicate it in the best way. Or we don't say what we need to say and that builds up the fire. Either way, it feels like if it's up here, it's about our communication. So we're going to find a little, and then I'm going to move on to the next thing. Then we're going to find a little back bend. Take the feet hips distance apart, fingertips down towards the heels. Press into your feet, lift the hips to the sky. And then there's a slight tilt of the chin towards the chest here. Walk the shoulder blades together just a little bit. So our heart is open. Right? What's showing up for you tonight on the mat, allow it to be loved. What's showing up for you during this full moon, this fiery Aries full moon. Slowly begin to lower down. Take a moment, let the full body relax. Let go of any tight muscles. And then gently windshield wiper the knees side to side. We're going to rock and roll our way back to a forward fold. If that is not for you, find your way to a forward fold, however you need to get there during this practice tonight. Little bit more core here, a little bit more fire. Maybe you take about 2 or 3 rocks, plant those feet, lift the hips to the sky. And you can always cross the ankles or stand up however you like. Drop the top of the head down. Take a little inhale, halfway lift, slide the shoulders back. Exhale, fold, palm the mat. Find your way back to that tabletop. We're going to take a whole ride on the other side. So take a moment here. Let's go back to those snakes. If you can remember, try to do it the other way. I don't know if I can reverse it. Let's see. I feel like I'm going the same way. The video will tell. So notice how the body is moving this time. Is it more tense? Is it easier? Continue to become aware of how you are moving through your life. Come back into this present moment, tabletop. Come back to the intention that you set for this practice. Tuck your toes, lift those knees about an inch off of the mat. Remember how powerful you are. Remember how strong you are. Remember that when we mess up, we learn. We don't lose. We learn. Drop the knees back down. Cat and cow. Inhale, heart and eyes forward. Exhale, curl it up and in. It's okay to mess up. Come back to tabletop. It's okay to want things to have gone differently. Spinal balance. Left hand forward, right foot back. Lengthen out through the entire spine, and we're going into that awkward airplane. Arm to the left, leg to the right. I'm going to turn so I'll put my foot through the wall. Gate pose. Sweep your hands to the sky. As you're ready, we're moving into that side body stretch. Left hand down, right arm reaches up and over. Think about pressing to the outer blade of that right foot and reaching out to the top of the head, not just the arm, so that the entire right side of the body really, really lengthens out. Getting all that space in the side of the heart chakra here. One more breath in. As you are ready, top hand down, exhale, right toes, turn out to the side, slowly creep your way over to that right hip. Hands can be on blocks or hips for your modification. Relax out and down through shoulders. Soften the face, the neck, the jaw, and you don't have to stay still. If it feels good to kind of rock in and out, you can do that. Sometimes I crave stillness, sometimes I crave movement, and even in those spaces, try to understand why. You got one more big breath here. Really soften what you can. Slowly find your way back into that tabletop. Take that little bit of movement here, swish through those hips. Then we're going to find our way back, downward facing dog. Tuck the toes, lift the hips, drop the head heavy. Inhale high up on the tippy toes, exhale, forward fold, top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift and lengthen. Exhale, fold. Slide your left foot back. We'll be in a right runner's lunge as the heart and the eyes lengthen forward. Back knee comes down. Inhale, modified crescent with goddess arms. Squeeze those shoulder blades together. Inhale, hands to the sky, split prep. Exhale, twist. Left hand to your right knee. Right hand behind you or to your thigh. Lift out through the top of the head as you melt the hips down and forward. Use your belly. Inhale brings us back through center. Exhale, split prep, hands to the earth or blocks. Slide that right hip back even with the left, and then think about reaching the top of the head towards the top of that right foot. Gently release into this space as you soften your physical body first. Soften your thoughts. Soften your breath. Inhale begins to reach you forward into lizard lunge. Heel toe the foot to the right, hands on the inside. You got 3 rounds of cat and cow here. You can keep the back knee grounded or lift it, up to you. Inhale, peels the heart forward. Exhale, curl up and in, drop and press into the hands. Inhale, peel the heart forward. So working with this fiery energy, curl up and in. Last one. Inhale, peel, lift, and lengthen. Exhale. Coming back into a plank or modified plank. Big full breath in here. Exhale, lower knees. We're already there. Chest, chin. Inhale for a cobra back bend. Lift up the belly and the heart. Exhale back, child's pose. Relax the head, the neck, the shoulders. Full inhale in. Long exhale out. Coming back into our downward facing dog. Inhale, rise high up on the tippy toes. Exhale, forward fold, top of the mat. Scoop your belly up and in as you walk those feet forward. Inhale, halfway lift and lengthen, shoulders back. Exhale, fold, right foot back, runner's lunge. Back knee down, inhale, modified crescent. Lift the core, goddess arms, open your heart. Inhale, hands to the sky. Twisting here, right hand to your thigh. Left hand finds its space. Relax and lengthen. Coming back through center, up through the belly. Exhale, split prep, take it back. Fold, drop the head heavy. Check in with yourself here physically. Make sure you're not in a forceful space in this posture. Soften the thoughts and the breath. Shift forward, lizard lunge, heel toe the foot over, hands on the inside. Peel and lengthen through the chest, really growing long as you inhale, and then exhale, curl up and in. 2 more rounds. Inhale, peel the heart forward. Coming back into a plank. Lower down, knees, chest, chin. Inhale for your cobra. Exhale back, downward facing dog. Take a cleansing breath in, reset. Refocus. Inhale high up on the tippy toes. Exhale, forward fold, top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold, coming back into that toe squat. Bend deeply into the knees, sitting up nice and tall. Hands can stay grounded or come up to the thighs. Playing with a little bit of movement here if you like. Inhale, hands to the sky. Exhale, twist to the right side of you. It's okay if you rock back. We'll see if you can rock back up into your toe squat. Inhale, hands to center. Exhale, twist to the left. Inhale, hands through center. 1 more round to the right. Use your core, use your breath. Don't force. If you need to modify this, please do. Notice the story you tell yourself, right? Come back through center. We're going to lower down, hands or no hands, onto our bum. Extend those legs out in front of us. Give them a little shake. Bringing the feet together, knees apart for bound angle. Take the feet and kind of open them up like a book. Open them out to the side. If the knees are super tight here, maybe you support them with a bolster or some blocks or some blankets and give yourself a little bit of ease. We're going to take some seated cats and cows, but really small baby ones. So just inhale, rock the pelvis forward. Exhale, rock it back. Just take a moment there. Inhale. Just notice how this sensation feels on the hip crease or wherever your tightest sensation is. See if you can relax the face and the jaw. And then we're going to come back into a neutral spine, lengthen up nice and long. And then exhale, shift forward until you can't go any further. You hit that wall of resistance. Flip your palms up. Take a breath in and out. 1 more like that. Breath in. Relax what you can. Breath out. And then if you would like to fold, maybe bring your forearms to blocks, bolsters, or all the way down to the ground. Soften through the head, the neck, the shoulders. Just find an ease in this space. Won't be here super long, so really use each moment to just soften deeper into yourself. Inhale begins to bring us back up nice and tall. Take a moment to really lengthen through the spine. Right leg is going to go forward. Left leg stays bent for seated tree. Belly button towards that right big toe. Lengthen and fold here. Find an edge. Again, maybe you pause there for a second, really allowing the nervous system to just relax. It's that first sign of resistance. 1, 2, 3 breaths in that space, and then maybe go a little bit deeper. Letting go of the back of the neck. The legs shaking. It's okay if you're not above that 6.5, 5.5, 6.5 range. Allow the energy to move. Inhale begins to bring us back up nice and tall. Left knee to the sky. We'll cross that leg up and over. Sitting a little bit taller through the spine, little spinal twist here. Left hand reaches behind you. Right arm reaches up. And then on the outside of that thigh, or elbow on the outside of the thigh. Wherever you're at, if you're kind of curled down into yourself, readjust to sit tall. And then you might have to replace that hand, right? Flex the right foot just a little bit more, sit a little taller. One more breath. Come back through center. Release that bind with the legs. Extend them out. Give them a little shake side to side. Sitting up for the other side, seated tree. Right foot in, left leg extended long. Belly button towards that big toe. Shift forward. Find that space and breathe for a breath or two. You can feel the body getting heavier without having to force it. And if you want to set yourself up with any props, this is a great space to do it in so you can really relax the entire upper body. Last big breath here. Inhale brings us up nice and tall. Bring that right knee to the sky. Cross it up and over. Right hand reaches behind you. Left hand hooks or elbow in front of that leg. Once you find your space, then get even taller. Maybe looking over that right shoulder. Well, how can you soften here? Come back through center. Inhale. Exhale. Unwind those legs. Making your way onto your back. Setting up for an inversion. I'm going to offer you hip stand, but take whichever inversion you like. Extend the heels to the sky with the low back super flat on the mat. And then the knees don't have to be straight. The feet can be flexed or just heavy. It's really up to you and what energy you want to work in this moment. If you still need to burn out some of that fiery energy, maybe you flex the feet and make the legs really active. If you're ready to kind of cool and calm things down, super gentle through the legs. Now draw your awareness up here to the shoulders. See if you can flatten them down to the mat and let the arms be super heavy. Drawing attention up to the neck and the shoulders. Make sure that you're soft there. And circling through the ankles might feel nice. The last few moments in this inversion. Wherever you are, just being easy with yourself. It doesn't have to look like anything fancy or be anything special. Just be with your energy and your physical body in this moment. Take another 3 breaths to just kind of relax in. Final movements here. Anything you need to take before you find your way into your Shavasana. Maybe you give yourself a big hug for getting on your mat today. And then land in whatever your Shavasana needs to look like. You got bolsters and props. That's to just really supporting yourself so that you can feel held. If you don't have any of that stuff, just imagine that you're being scooped up by the earth. As you find your way into that comfortable space, let's take a cleansing breath. A big full breath in. Big exhale out. You've made it through this day. You've made it through this practice. Take the next few moments to allow the body and the mind to rest and heal. Let everything just kind of float away. One more cleansing breath. Slowly coming back to your breath. Maybe taking a big full inhale to expand. Gentle exhale. Bring in movement into the fingers and the toes. And staying in this space or rolling onto your favorite side for just a moment. Scan through the body and notice how you physically feel. What are the sensations that are showing up and where are they landing in your body? Draw awareness to your mind and your thoughts in this moment. And remind yourself that there is not a wrong way. It just is. So allow it to be clear and see it from a different perspective than of judgment. Check in with how you feel emotionally in this moment and allow all of the emotions to show up. There's not a bad emotion. Take a cleansing breath as we allow these emotions to move. And then as you're ready, begin to make your way up into an easy seated position, closing out this practice as always in a seat of gratitude. Gratitude for this physical body as it carries us around every single moment of every day. Find gratitude for every single part of it. Gratitude for who you are and where you are on your journey. And then we'll slide our hands to our forehead, finding gratitude for one another and the energy we have shared. Namaste, friends. Namaste, guys. I hope you enjoyed this practice. We will get better and better at these lives. I am learning so much, and I'm so grateful that you're giving it a chance, whether you're watching it now or later. Thank you so much for being here. If you feel called to donate for practice this evening, you can head to lovetheshitoutofyourself.com and find the Venmo or PayPal links there. We also have our store up, so if you want to go up and check out all of our new merchandise, I have been playing with some new things, so you can go on there even if it's not for you. Just check it out. Let me know what you think. Message me there, here, or on Instagram. Other than that, thank you so much for taking care of yourself this evening, this day, whenever you watch this video. And thank you for choosing me to do it with. Now go love the shit out of yourselves. Bye.